So everybody's hyping this up for home power backup supply, but can the BLUETTI Elite 400 handle and fit in a camper van? Let's find out. I probably should have went the other way around. It is in. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode. So I've no April Fool's pranked you by taking the Elite 100 or the 200 or the 300 and stretched them. BLUETTI has sent out their brand new Elite 400, so let's get into it. So I think for obvious reasons there's not going to really be an unboxing video. Much like every BLUETTI product, they're very simplified. It's the unit with a wee accessories box and a manual. So I'm going to go and get the accessories box and show you what you get in that. But can I just take a moment to share my excitement because the sun's out, it's warm. It's actually 19 degrees in the van. So you know what that means? Paddleboard season. So in the box you get your BLUETTI manual and warranty, and you get your wee accessories box. You only get the AC plug, which is a pretty long one as well, and a grounding screw. So it's very sparse what you get with this one. But one thing I want to get out the gate straight away is when BLUETTI approached me for the Elite 400, they were approaching me for home backup power. Me being me, I love a challenge. To me, any power station should be able to cross over with the home or van life. So without further ado, let me show you. It's a big boy. So this is the Elite 400. And yes, as you probably have noticed, it has got wheels and it's got feet. It's also got a carry handle, but I'll show you that later at the features part. And on the face of it, you would think that I just took the BLUETTI Elite 200 and just sized it up, and that pretty much is the way it looks, or even the Elite 100. So let me cover all the dimension features and then we'll see how it is in use. So just in case you were wondering how the Elite 400 size stacks up to the rest in the Elite series, have a look at this. So at the end, you've got the Elite 30 at 288 watt hours. You've got the Elite 100 V2 at 1024 watt hours, the Elite 200 V2 at 2073 watt hours, the Elite 300 at 3014 watt hours, and the Elite 400 at 3840 watt hours. So it's just a bit bigger. Not far off though. The Elite 400 is pretty much the same width as the Elite 200 V2, just taller. But that is the complete BLUETTI Elite series lineup, minus this one here, which I think is the Elite 10, and it's more like a wee power bank kind of one. But for camper vans, motorhomes, off-grid living, home backup power, these are pretty much best in their class as far as I'm concerned. So let's kick it off with the dimensions first. It's 17 inches wide, 11.4 inches depth and 19.29 inches tall, or 41 inches tall with the handle fully extended. It comes with a LiFePO4 battery capacity of 3840 watt hours, and it's got an output power of 2600 watts that does surge up to 5200 watts. It comes in at a weight of 39 kilograms, which according to BLUETTI is 30% lighter compared to the competition in this power class. It does have wheels and a suitcase handle, so you can troll it about like a suitcase. Now when it comes to this power station, BLUETTI has designed this to be basically taken everywhere, which is why these wheels are nice rubber off-grid wheels, and it's got these nice rubber feet as well, so when you do put the power station down it doesn't automatically want to lean forward. But there's also a couple at the back which acts like a foot plate, and you can also lay this flat. It's got a UPS uninterrupted power source time of 15 milliseconds, and as you can see on the side we do have removable vents, so it is easier to clean the fans. Just like all the other BLUETTI lineup, you do have the app control where you can turn the AC and DC on straight from the app. You can also go into settings, and this is where you would upgrade the firmware for the power station. And when you purchase one of these power stations, I always advise go into the settings first, pair it with the power station and upgrade the firmware so you're always on the latest software. You've got two 2600 watt AC ports, two USB-C 100 watt ports, two USB-A 15 watt ports, one DC 12 volt 10 amp port, and one XT60 20 amp solar input. So when it comes to charging, you do have 1800 watts of AC input, you have 1000 watts solar input, you can also alternate or charge it with the charger 1 and charger 2, as well as dual charging from solar and AC. Now remember, this is classed as a 4000 watt battery. From 0 to 80%, you're looking at 70 minutes and full in under 2 hours. That's incredible for the size of battery you're getting. Get this door open. So yesterday it was freezing, it was windy, it was raining, I think it was snowing as well a wee bit. So it was still late winter, early spring. Well, let's just say it's hot enough that I need to open the van door because the sun's beating down and it is near enough 26 degrees in the van. And for this next test of the Elite 400, I need to have the door open because it's going to get absolutely warm in here. And rather than go in and get a costume change, I'm no Lady Gaga, so we press on. So with big power, it means we can start using bigger appliances. We are still limited by that 2600 watt inverter. I'm fairly confident we can at least use a household kettle. Now, again, you're never going to use this. If you were going to use a kettle, you wouldn't use an AC kettle, you would use a 12 volt one, but we're going to get a bash anyway. So I can't remember how many watts this kettle pulls, but I think it's somewhere close to 2500, 2700. Let's test it and see if it boils. So we are on. Let's go down to the power. So straight away we're at 2700. You can hear it. So 2600 watts is the limit. It does surge up to 5300, but obviously for around 10 seconds or so. And as you can see, I've only filled the kettle up maybe 2 cups worth. But look how nice and neat that fits under there. Again, the fire extinguisher is there as well, so we could move the fire extinguisher just to have more room and push it in a wee bit further. So there you have it, the inverter did go above the threshold. Aye, powered that no bother. Again, if you're going to use this Elite 400 in a camper van, you're going to want to use 12 volt appliances where you can. They just use far less power. It's good to know that the Elite 400 can at least handle 2700, 2800 watts. So I have been thinking back on other power stations that I've reviewed. I think for the past couple of them I haven't done a gaming setup, and normally I mostly cover the Xbox, PlayStation, I've even done laptop, PC gaming. However, since it was my birthday recently, I did treat myself to something, and it was the new Xbox ROG Ally X. Now, just as a wee caveat, this is my second one because I did get the first one on launch week, but the B button kept sticking, so I sent it back. But the problem was when I sent this back, there was a stock shortage due to the RAM and the SSD crisis, and they never made enough of them. They were sold out everywhere, so I just get my money back. But I saw it back in stock in Curry's, and I thought, you know what, maybe this is a newer batch, so I bought it and I've had no problems with it. So for this test, I'm going to test how long we could game on the Xbox Ally ROG X playing Crimson Desert in the van on the Elite 400. We've got the Xbox ROG Ally X here, and we've got the 18-inch monitor there, and I will be controlling it with a PS5 controller. I know exactly what you're going to say. This is practically just a big controller with a screen on it, but anybody that's played Crimson Desert will know that you're doing a lot of this stuff. It's more like L1, triangle, circle, square, X and stuff, buttons at the same time, so you're doing a lot of button bashing. I would rather play it with a PlayStation controller, and then if I wreck that, I can basically get another one of them. So as you can see up the top right, we are getting roughly 66 FPS. This game was a bit of a mess trying to play it on any handheld. It just wasn't powerful enough to play it, but as you can see, it's playing lovely now. I'm not going to lie, I was actually getting sidetracked playing this there that I forgot. I never showed you the wattage on the Elite 400, so let me show you. We're at 88% and it's saying we've got 51.3 hours of gaming. So we could basically play this for 2 days straight. Gaming for me is something that I love to do to relax. I love doing music and all that stuff, but gaming, watching films just takes me to another place, and woosa de-stresses me. So when I see figures like that, where it's only taking 47 watts for this complete system of the Xbox ROG Ally X, the 18-inch USB-C monitor, and my PlayStation controller, because for me, I've now got a good catalogue of off-grid places that I can go. I know I'm going to be able to go away for at least 2 days in game, de-stress, and get my head right. But if you got a fast charging USB-C cable and plugged it in through the DC, you could see those numbers actually going up even higher. So this game is quite demanding. So let's see what the wattage is like on like a 2D platformer kind of thing. In terms of charging devices with the Elite 400, it's pretty much the same as the Elite 100 V2, 200 V2, or the Elite 300 with the USB-Cs, the USB-As, the ACs. It's going to be covered for pretty much every device that you throw at it, up to 2,600 watts. So running things like this isn't even going to make it sweat. So we are currently sitting at 24 watts and it's 99 hours, so you're probably talking about 3 or 4 days. Gaming with the Elite 400, again, it's a 4,000 watt battery, so you're talking Crimson Desert, you're talking maybe 2-3 days. With side scrollers like this, you're talking maybe 3 or 4 days. The applications for this is just crazy. Even DJs could use this to go to gigs and set their sets up, but again, we'll come to that later. Pros and cons time. Pros, of all the power stations that I've received from BLUETTI, this thing feels like it was made to go outside. It's not waterproof, but it feels the most rugged and terrain ready power station with those nice rubber off-grid wheels, these big thick feet, and compared to the Apex 300, which is roughly around about 40 kilos as well, you're going to be able to move this about a lot easier. The design of this thing is just crazy. It's begging to be taken outside. I think another pro for me is the battery capacity. Again, this just looks like an Elite 100 or even the Elite 300 and it's been given an extra battery, and in essence that's probably what's happened. If you're just someone that's looking for the biggest power in a power station that's relatively light and easy to transport, then you can't fault that. The other thing I love as well is the fact that the Elite 200 V2 is literally the exact same depth as this. And funny thing is when I was building my camper van, I did say I was going to leave this gap for if we get a bigger power station. I didn't know I was getting this because I was away on the Scotland trip with Rick. This fits perfectly under my kitchen. And I think another pro for me is, even though it is heavy at 40 kilos, the wheels and the handle take the weight and it doesn't feel heavy when you're sitting walking it about and stuff, so that's a pro. And I think an absolute massive pro is the fact that you can lay it flat. So if I had more space in Dobby and I had a certain place to lay something flat that was just dead space, like under the bed or something, then you could easily just lay this on its back and chuck it under. Is the Elite 400 perfect? No, let me get into it. I think the first one for me is only 1,000 watt solar input. This is 3,840 watt hours, so close to 4,000 watts. We would need 4 hours of amazing sunlight conditions in order to charge this back to 100%, and given the fact that I stay in Scotland, that's not a guaranteed thing. The fact that we've only got 2 AC, again, these could have been pushed up and there could be another 2 AC sockets giving us 4. So for me to only have 2 AC ports on a unit that size is kind of wasted space for me. The other one for me is the output power at 2,600 watts. That's the same power output as the Elite 200 V2, so it would have been nicer if they gave us a bit more headroom, maybe 3,000 watts. And for the last con, I think it's just because I've been spoiled with the Elite 300, and that is the 30 amp port is missing. I would have loved to have seen that on here. From my preference, I would rather have the 30 amp fuse on every single power station moving forward, BLUETTI, hint hint. Missing that 30 amp fuse is always going to be a con for me. So who is the BLUETTI Elite 400 for? Campervan, motorhome, micro camper. I think you'd be stretching a car camper. Home power backup. Off-grid tiny home. If you've got a garden office with no power, pair it with a solar panel, and through the summer months you're going to have solar trickling in while you're working. But with those feet, the wheels and the carry handle, with how portable this is opening a lot more doors for the likes of bands travelling with mixing desks, music gear. DJs could use this to gig with to power their full setup, or even if you work in market stalls and you don't want to pay the electric rates that come with renting the space, charge it up in the house, bring it to work, it will cover you for the full day, and then take it back home again and charge it up, bring it back. Again, it's on wheels, it's got big massive feet. This isn't an inconvenience to carry around. I would say it's for anybody obsessed with having more power versus power output. This Elite 400 was given to me by BLUETTI to see if it could be used in a van life, camper van, motorhome situation, and it absolutely can. So guys, if you are interested in picking up the Elite 400 for yourself, I'll drop a link in the description and in the comments. And if you use that link in the comments or in the description, along with this code BLUETTIROBOT, you'll get a nice 5% off your order, or any BLUETTI products. But guys, that's going to cover it for the Elite 400 and the episode. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. It is a wee bit different from the Elite 300, the Elite 200 V2, even the Apex 300. Again, in a camper van situation, you could ratchet it with a strap round the front here, just so that it's not moving in the van. So if you did go and enjoy the video, why not drop it a wee like and let me know in the comments. I do have something else coming in the near future, so if you do want to see it, make sure to get subscribed. This system is more geared towards, again, backup power in your home, but for your fridge. But I'm going to test it and see how we can use it in a van scenario. So those are the only clues I'm going to give you, so you can go and Google it and see if you can work out what it is. And if you do work it out, put it in the comments and let me know if you guessed right. But guys, that's going to cover it for this episode. The BLUETTI Elite 400. Peace.